Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to discuss about writing a C program to find the sum of n numbers using one of the looping construct, which is for loop. And before coming to today's topic, I just want to tell you guys that if you guys like this video, click on like button, share it with your friends, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and if you guys have any questions then let me know in the comment section. Now let us start our discussion on writing a C program to find the sum of n numbers using for loop. So now let us first see the output of this program. Okay. When this program gets executed, it asks user to enter a value. Enter the limit. Then user will enter 6. Then what this program needs to do is it needs to make a sum of numbers starting from 1 to 6. It is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6, and I should get the output as 21. Okay, so to get this output, the best option is to use for loop. Okay? So in this program we'll try to see how we can use a for loop to make the addition of numbers starting from 1 to 6 by accepting a limit value from the user. Okay, now let me first tell you when we should go for loop. Okay, whenever in your program you are performing a task again and again until some specific condition gets satisfied, then in that case you should use for loop. So that's what I'm doing here. As you can see here, I'm trying to perform the same task, and that task is the addition. And first time I'm doing the addition with the values 1 and 2. Next time I am doing the same task of addition with the sum of 2 plus 1 with 3 plus 3. Then next time I am performing the same task of addition with 6 plus 4. Like this, every time I am doing the same task, that is addition, until my for loop reaches to this value 6, I will be performing the same task of adding numbers. So if you have such kind of requirement in your program, then you should go with for loop. Okay, now I have written down the output, and with the help of this output we'll try to write the program. Now let us include the header files. I'm expecting one value from the user, and to store that value in a program I need to create a variable. Let us create a variable of type integer n. Okay, I also need to create one more variable, sum, because at the end I need to find the sum of these numbers, right? So I need to store the sum in a variable, and to hold that value of sum I have created a variable sum of type integer, and I need to initialize a value 0 to this variable. Now these are our variables, and with the help of these variables we will try to achieve this output. Okay, so I will display a message printf, and then I will read that input. Now I need to start with value 1, okay, using the for loop. For I equals to 1, then I is less than or equals to 6, I plus plus. Okay. Now let us try to understand this for loop, how for loop work. Let us first see the syntax of for loop. For, so this is the syntax of for. Okay. So whenever we use for in our program, this for loop will have three parts. First part is initialization, second part is condition, and the third part is increment or decrement. So how each and every of these parts gets executed in C programming. So initially this first part gets executed, initialization part gets executed. Next the control come to condition part. Then the third is this body of the for, statement present inside the for, which is the body of the for, gets executed. Then the control will come to this fourth part. Okay, now here the same syntax I have used. In the first initialization part, I have initialize an initial value to a variable I, which is 1. That means I want to start this for loop from the value 1, and then condition part gets executed. I need to check in the condition whether the value of I, in this case which is 1 is less than or equals to 6. Yes, condition becomes true. So when this condition becomes true, then control will come to the third part, which is the body of the loop gets executed. So in this body of the loop, I will perform this expression, sum equals to sum plus I, sum plus I. Okay, now what I'm doing is I have initialized a value to this sum variable, which is 0. So sum equals to sum, which is 0 plus value of I value is 1. So 0 plus 1, now some variable will have the value 1. So as I have told you, after executing condition, statement inside the for gets executed. Once this statement gets executed, the control will come to the fourth part, which is increment or decrement. Now in this case I am incrementing, so the value of I was 1, now that value gets incremented by 1 and I becomes 2. Again the condition gets checked, so whether 2 is less than or equals to 6. Yes, condition satisfied. So when this condition gets satisfied, control will come inside the for loop to execute this part. Again this expression gets executed. So sum was 1, so 1 plus 2, now it becomes 3. So sum will hold the value 3. Okay, next after executing this body of the for loop, control again comes to this increment part, where the value of I again gets incremented by 1 and now I value becomes 3. So for the value of I equals to 3, again this condition gets evaluated. Whether 3 is less than or equals to 6, yes, condition gets satisfied. Again control will come inside this for loop to make the sum of 3 plus 3. Now sum becomes 6. Now sum becomes 6. Okay, for the value of I equals to 3. Okay. Now after executing this body, again control will come to fourth part, which is increment, and now I becomes 4 and the I value becomes 6 now. Okay, for the value of I equals to 6, again this condition gets evaluated. 6 is less than or equals to 6. Yes, condition true. 6 is not less than, but 6 is equals to 6. That's why control comes inside the for loop to execute this statement. The value of sum was 15. 15 plus 6, now it becomes 21. Now sum becomes 21 and some variable hold the value 21. After executing this body, again control will come to fourth part, where I value again gets incremented by 1. Now I becomes 7. For the value of I equals to 7, condition gets evaluated. Whether 7 is less than or equals to 7, no, condition becomes false. That's why control will not come inside for loop and control will come out of the for loop to print the value of sum, which is 21. Okay. Return 0 and bracket close. Okay. So this is how for loop works. I hope you guys have understood. So if you guys like this video, click on like button, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and if you guys have any questions, then let me know in the comment section. And thanks for watching.